NFT art is set to be in the spotlight when Southeast Asia's contemporary art platform returns for a fourth edition tomorrow. S.E.A Focus, which is an anchor event at the Singapore Art Week, will feature over 150 artworks and from 50 artists and 24 galleries from the region. For more, we're joined by Joyce Toh. She's curator of S.E.A Focus 2022 and local artist Tristan Lim. Good evening to both of you. Joyce, let me start off with you. NFT art, it's been gaining a lot of prominence. Give us a bit of a background on just what it is and why it's the next big thing in the art world.
Okay, so definitely a lot of interest in that. I would say coming at it as a contemporary art curator, I really see it as a new medium for many artists to be trying and experimenting with. It is, I guess, digital, and it's very much based on the blockchain. I would say that you probably want to speak to someone from the tech side to give you a much more detailed explanation about it. But for me, as a curator, it is really interesting to see so many artists trying out and testing this medium and working with the technology. So we've got artists trying it with AI, using generative art. And I think we're just seeing how much experimentation is happening and how much that is also converging with the tech world. So in Chance Constellations, the S.E.A Focus exhibition, we are seeing, in a way, a lot of contemporary art like painting, like sculpture. We've also got video art as well. And then we also have a section of NFTs.
Now, Tristan, we've been speaking about NFTs and Joyce was just talking about how it's a great platform to experiment. Give us a bit of a taste of your piece. It's called Short Story 3. How does it sort of, meld the physical with the digital?
So for my piece, Short Story 3, it's really, as its name implies, it's a very short video loop. So in the scene itself, you will see actually someone's phone on a bed, and there'll be actually a handprint that actually imprints itself onto the bed. And the camera kind of pans out and you see a lot of screens and statues around the video itself. So it's talking about something quite artificial. So all the background that you're looking at is CG, but it's trying to create something that's quite emotional at the same time. So for Short Story 3, that's the kind of idea for it, trying to get something digital and artificial, yet expressing kind of real emotion, something that people can actually connect to with the piece itself.
So Tristan, from your perspective, what makes NFT art so compelling as a medium, as it were?
So as a digital new media artist, NFTs actually make video pieces more defined. They are more discernible. They are much easier for people to actually kind of collect and appreciate in its kind of easier to consume form. My work itself is actually showing at S.E.A Focus. So Columns Gallery actually have my piece up together with 3 other local artists in S.E.A Focus itself. And so it's actually also a great platform for us to kind of push forward what fine arts can be together with NFTs. And it's a good melding between digital work as well as a kind of physical presentation. So it's bringing like the best of both worlds in front together in this exhibition itself.
Joyce, let's take the conversation just a little bit away from NFT and to the showcase as a whole. The theme you mentioned earlier is called Chance Constellations. Tell us a bit about what this means and how this theme is going to be presented through the exhibition.
So with this theme, it brings together 2 concepts which I think are very familiar to most of us. Constellations as the star patterns in the sky. And really something that has helped humankind navigate and orientate ourselves, through the world. And say, where we are in Singapore, we look at the night sky and we can see Orion the Hunter. So, and we think about what constellations are, though. They don't actually exist as things in themselves, but really they are patterns that we choose to make when we join the dots. And I think that says a lot about the human imagination and how we draw and how we make pictures. And when we conjoin that, the notion of chance, there's also the idea about opportunity and the unknown. And I think that's something very much on our minds now with, say, the pandemic going on. There is a feeling of uncertainty. But there's also the phrase that we make our own luck. And I think this is very much like how we make use of circumstances and how we can, in a way, try and shape that to our best advantage. And that's really what chance constellations are about. And it's also how we constellate with each other in the region, how artists do come together. And it's to say that in this time, how we connect with one another in art and with each other as human beings is really what keeps us going in challenging times like this. And I'm really quite happy to say I'm a little bit biased, but I think we see a lot of this life, a lot of this resilience in the art that is on show at S.E.A Focus.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the guys who are watching at home, but I got goosebumps as you were detailing, the choice of theme and why it's important in this day and age. Joyce, thanks very much for speaking with us. We've been speaking there with Joyce Toh, curator of the S.E.A Focus 2022 exhibition, and local artist Tristan Lim as well. Thank you both.